This young lady, oh my God, I'm so excited. You guys, we got a little burst of her recently, but man, I tell you what, I had to have her come back. When I was in Dallas, Texas for the last event that ACM put on, I had an event after the event. I want to thank Mr. Sam Foster and also Mr. Jomar Shar for hosting that. Yeah, they hosted it for us. See, that's what it's all about, giving back. And I want to thank them. And this young lady came in, sat on the front row, and she took notes after notes after notes. And she's already a regional vice president. She was in ACM before, got out of the business, got started back with Mr. Steve Payton, blew it right back to RVP. See, that's what I think I like about leaders. You can't keep a good leader down. You can't keep a good leader down. Let me give you a little bit about her background, Miss Woods. She's a retired educator. She's a wife. She's a mother. She's the first Afro-American female RVP in the Midwest. She's a woman living on purpose and in purpose. Wow, that's strong right there. I'm going to say that again. She's a woman living in purpose and on purpose. Are you living in purpose and on purpose? Are you focused on your business like you should be? Without further ado, from the Midwest, the one and only regional vice president, Mr. Nichole Woods.
Listen here, let me tell you something. So I literally just landed in OKC. I'm here. We ran to the hotel. I'm not even in my room yet. I came here and we already got one person who is our Uber driver registered for the international, just because I take no shorts. And so, you know, sensational. I hope you're coming. Please bring my glasses. I'm so excited. I didn't know I left them, you know, with you, but that's okay. I trust you'll bring them. But this is what we do. Building a business. And so let me tell you what I'm super excited about. OKC, yes, I'm definitely excited. However, being able to have mentorship and leadership of an Al Thomas. So listen, when I did ACM before, there was times when I would see him and I would go the other way. There was no way in the free world I was going to talk to an Al Thomas, not Al Thomas, and Al Thomas. Like it's the whole name put together. No, like what in the free world? To be able to have a mentor millionaire at your fingertips. Listen, this is not something we want to take for granted. This gentleman does not have to do what he's doing right now. He does not have to give us this platform where you get to hear from, in my opinion, compared to him, meager me. So the fact that he gave me this platform, this opportunity to be able to share my story, and better yet too, you know, this isn't going to be a motivational session. This is going to be an informational session, and it's going to be an applied application session. So that's what we're going to be doing today. But Mr. Thomas, listen, I can't wait to see you in OKC, and I thank you for the commitment that you have given us. And honestly, the work that you put in prior to us even knowing you, because we're going to talk about something today about you were who you were before you got here. But now that you are here, what are we going to do with this information? So, you know, I have no slides today. I just wanted to come from the heart and just talk to you guys directly and share my story with you. For those of you who don't know me, and for those of you, you know, who do, and all in between, you know. And if you are coming to OKC, and I see leaders on this line, so that means you are coming to OKC, you know, then I look forward to seeing you, and let's connect in person. And let's talk about, you know, at the end of the event, what we like most and what we're going to do next, you know, in this opportunity. So I'm an educator, you know, that's my thing. I was in the first, second, and fifth grade classrooms. And I ended up, you guys, stepping outside of the classroom to become the librarian for our school, because I spent more time at Cleveland Clinic than I did at work. And anybody who has ever been in Cleveland Clinic, or anybody who's ever been in the hospital, period, everybody knows that, you know, there's no world-renowned chefs in the hospital. That's not why we go there. So when I saw this information, I saw this business with a tube down my nose and my throat, doctors telling me I had died 3 times and I wasn't supposed to be here. Now, I saw this information from a really good friend that I love, trust, and respect in this business. I watched him get started in the business, because you heard Mr. Thomas say, I was in ACM before. So he was coming to the training centers here in Cleveland, and what he was doing was what everybody else wasn't doing. He wasn't just taking the information, he was applying the information, and he was putting it into good use. And I watched this gentleman skyrocket. Even when I decided that I was going to take a back seat with the business, and I beat myself up about it some days, and then some days I didn't. But I really understand and recognize that God's timing is perfect timing. And he makes no mistakes. So getting back in this business, I understood that I needed to do something different than what I had done before. And that was follow the system. Because I honestly got back in and I was ready to, blame everybody for why I wasn't successful in this business. And so when I do this, how many fingers pointing back at? 4. One pointing at, or is it 3? Is it 4? And look, the other ones, how about that? Now, how about that? The other ones. One pointing at you, the other ones, because I saw all kind of fingers go. I'm like, oh, am I wrong? The other ones pointing back at me. And so for me, you guys, this is what I understood. I was spending so much time, so much energy, so much effort in making sure everybody else looked bad for my lack of success, when it was Nichole who was ultimately responsible for the lack of success. And that's the very same thing for you all too. This is your ride. So you can either be a passenger or you can be the driver. That's it. And so when I got started in this business again this time, this is something that, I really understood, this is my business. And so I want you guys to write this down. If you don't remember anything else that I say to you, remember this. If you stay prepared, you don't have to get prepared. I'm gonna say that again, because that's what we're talking about today. If you stay prepared, you don't have to get prepared. And so getting started back in this business, I understood that I had to have some crucial conversations with my family, with my husband, with my friends. And I learned something too. If somebody wasn't upset, I wasn't doing it right. Somebody has to be out of whack and out of order. There are some friends and there's some business partners and some people, even that'll get involved in this business, that you still will break ties with, because everybody is not going where you're going. But we all understand this. The name of the game is to get them on your list and get them off your list. Even if that means going back to them later, but you get them on your list and you get them off your list. Somebody spoke to a Mr. Al Thomas. If you look him up, if you YouTube him, if you Google him, when I tell people I have a millionaire mentor, and I was telling this gentleman, and I told Mr. Thomas, and I said, oh, his name is Al Thomas. When I tell you, the man almost fell out of his chair. He said, you talking about Al Thomas? He started breaking down things about Mr. Thomas that I didn't even know, because he had been following this gentleman for years. And I said, yes, I have the privilege and pleasure to be able to be mentored by a Al Thomas, who is considered a Warren Buffett in our business. Like, that's deep. And so what I understood from coming on these sessions and going back and listening to the ones previously, if you stay prepared, you don't have to get prepared. And talking to my husband, he said, what are you going to talk to them about? And I shocked him. I said, you? And he was like, me? Like, what in the free world? Why are we talking about me? I only had a couple of meetings. Yeah, I know. And look, Heather Peary, she already laughing, because me and Heather get to talk on a daily basis, and she knows what my household looks like. I said, you, my very favorite person in the whole wide world, my best friend, who was a rotten apple that I was sleeping next to every single night. You, yeah, get on down. And he couldn't be on here because he's on a Zoom right now. I said, I'm gonna say that, and it's recorded. You'll get to listen. Him. But I stayed prepared, so I didn't have to get prepared. So when I knew what I was going to do in this business, and so when you know that you know that you know, you can share what you know. And that's what I did. Hey, listen, this is what we're going to be doing. This is what it's going to look like. These are the changes that are going to be taking place. And I want you to be able to ride with me. My thing for my husband is this. We Bonnie and Clyde. I believe in splitting the world 50-50. We taking it all. And my husband is an advocate for me and ACN. He does it not the same way that I do. He has his own ministry when it comes to ACN. I'll leave it at that. But what he said to me is, just stay prepared, so you don't have to get prepared. And that's something that he showed me as the leader and head of the household. He's always prepared. No matter what's going on, he's thinking 3 steps ahead on how to do. So that's the game plan for your business. When you get launched, yeah, we talk about a 24-hour game plan, a 3-day, a 7-day, a 30-month, but you want to think long-term, because the time is coming anyway. Mr. L. Thomas has been in this business almost the inception of the business. That's because he stays prepared. So when I hear people say, oh my goodness, I don't have anybody else that I could talk to about this opportunity. You think Mr. Thomas says that? No, get out of here. What in the free world? Why is that? Because we do what we want to do, period. If you want to win in this business, you will find a way to win. If you want to make excuses in this business, you will find a way to make excuses. If you want to come to OKC, you will be in OKC. If you want to say that I can't because my mother's brothers, dogs, cousins, aunties, frog nephew. You see that pause? No, my screen didn't freeze. People do what they want to do. People make the time and effort for what's important to them. So our job in this opportunity for people who are new is show them the importance. I love talking to people who are business owners. I love talking to people who have money out of the way. I love talking to people who are busy because they get things done. I love talking to people, period. Everybody goes on my list. You'll get an Al Thomas all the way to a garbage man. And by the way, my nephew's a garbage man and he made good money. Everybody hears about this opportunity because people who want more money have other things that they want to be able to do with it, start other businesses, have more savings in place, a real retirement. People who have money don't walk over quarters to pick up dimes. So this opportunity gives us an opportunity in something we're all involved in. I told the Uber driver, the lady, I said, listen, I thought she did makeup. Her makeup was so phenomenal. She started laughing. She said, no, I don't. I said, I bet you cook a hot meal, take a hot shower, make phone calls and protect yourself and your family. And she started laughing. She said, yes, I do. I said, great. Then you're already in line for the business that I'm in. That's it. You're already in line. It's just whether or not you're going to be on the accounts payable end or the accounts receivable end. But trust me, you're going to pay. And so in this opportunity, we can show people how to pay these bills, how to get these services for free, and how to be compensated on what we have to do anyway. That's it. Like I could just shut this whole call off and let's get to work. You know, that's really it. Because of this opportunity and because of the leadership of a Mr. Al Thomas, because of the leadership of a Mrs. Jocelyn Driscoll, because of the leadership of a Mr. Stephen Payton, we have a platform where we can build a business within a business. Even with the percentages as amazing as they are. I had somebody tell me 4%, that's not a lot. Guess what? It's better than zero. So please, all of a sudden, don't talk to me about craziness when they were never, I'm gonna speak for me. Because see, I know Mr. Al Thomas and I don't know his money, but I know it's long. Now, if you pay attention, pay attention. He may have gotten a call from an AT&T, a Verizon, a Sprint, a T-Mobile, a Vivid, and he could partner. Not me. Even though I had money, I still do. I didn't have the money to play like the big boys. So the fact that this company paid the millions and billions of dollars up front, set up the contractual agreements up front, and we can get paid like the big boys and the big girls. Why not? Why not? So this is what it's going to take. Because you were who you were before you got here. And we try to figure out sometimes why people aren't succeeding, why people, why some people take off, why some people have, whatever the case may be. Why do people get started, then they ghost you? Why do people be so super excited and then they never get registered? They never get qualified. They never even put in their own services that they could get paid off of. I know, Sam, I know. And baby, if I had the answer, I would write a book. But see, ACN knew better. If I could write a book and I had the answer, I probably wouldn't be doing this here business. So, I knew, it's a couple of things. It's the 6 inches in between your ears, first of all. So I'm going to ask real quick. Let me see some hands. Anybody got a problem with asking people to do them a favor? Anybody got a problem with asking people to do a favor? Let me see if I can see some hands. Any hands up in the air? Wave your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Y'all been on this call before. Because if so, that's called ego. And ego is just edging God out. When you have pride and ego, you keep yourself from being blessed and you stifle somebody else's. So some people come into this opportunity already damaged goods. And I'm only going to speak about myself. When I got started in this business, I was in a relationship I had no business being in. My mother and father, my mother's on this call right now. They tried to warn me. They tried to tell me, but you know, everything that glitters not gold. But I just thought that this was the best thing in the whole wide world. And they had so much potential. I could make them better. Now, potential, I'm not even gonna go down that road, but it turned out to be almost horrific. I say almost because the best part of it is I got the most beautiful person in the whole wide world that God gave me privilege and dominion over, who's 14 today. You know, and we were actually, we tried to call you Mr. Thomas on your birthday, but you was jet set. And that's why I said, where you at? You know, so God blessed me with that. But I came damaged goods, did well in every profession that I've ever been in. I'm a great decision maker when it comes to business. But in here, Nichole didn't think she was worthy. Nichole didn't think she was good enough. Nichole was always trying to prove herself to other people. Nichole didn't always tell the truth. Nichole wanted to make sure that you were okay, even if I wasn't okay. And so Nichole had to go get counseling. Nichole had to go talk to somebody about what is the issue, what is the deep root situation going on here, because it's ultimately stopping you from succeeding in everything, because you are who you are before you got here. So when we get new business partners, listen, guys, it's not just about gas and electricity. It's not just about home security and identity theft protection. You can actually change the trajectory of someone's life forever just by how you help them, just by how you show up, just by how you listen sometimes more than you talk. Just instead of just, hey, we got to get you qualified. You got to get to this. You got to, just by understanding. Because when you know them, let me tell you how I got to do this call. Well, one, because Mr. Thomas called me, and you just don't say no when you get an invitation like this. I could stop right there. However, when he called me, he spoke to my heart. He spoke to my spirit. He spoke to me. And from the conversation that we had in Dallas, he already had begun to understand who Nichole was. And so he was able to affirm, uplift, and give me the tools needed so that I can move. The conversations he was having with us in Dallas stuck here, and I took them with me. So that's what we need to do. I don't care if you have to press play and repeat every single day on whatever message it is that makes you move into action. On my way here on the plane, I was listening to music. I listen to music that moves me. I listen to music that makes me get pumped up. That I know I'm about to get on here. I know I gotta bring the thunder. And all I know is, Lord, it's not gonna be Nichole bringing no thunder. It's only gonna be you. So I'm gonna tell you something. What I really wanted to talk to you about, I haven't even touched it. I wrote some stuff down, but the Holy Spirit moved me in a whole new direction. And so when you listen to him, when you understand, and when you follow the leadership that's here for you, everything can be changed. Now, look, some of you on the line, because I have some folks that I work with personally from Team National, they don't even know who their uplines are. And just think, and it wasn't happen chance, it was God who led Kenneth Roberts to be in that lobby to meet Mr. Thomas. And Mr. Thomas invited somebody that he didn't know, but he knew he was now in the business in that room with us, that the gentleman set up for us, paid for us, invited other teams like us to be able to break bread and knowledge with. Do you know what it costs to get Mr. Thomas time? Yeah, y'all know. Try getting an hour. See if you can get him come preach at your church. Man, listen. And we got time. And because of that, I was able to connect with a whole nother team. And because of that, today we are building in this business together with no financial ties. Because you have to listen to leadership. You have to listen to the Holy Spirit. But here's the deal too. Somebody on here don't have no great leadership. They person and got them in and they went ghost. Congratulations. Because when you signed up, only one IBO number was assigned to you from one social security number, and it should be your own. So if you sitting around here whining and crying, talking about, I don't know about OKC because my mentor and I don't know and nobody really talked to me, get off that playground, dust your knees off and get to work. Who cares? It's enough leadership in this business that you can build this business. It's out there in the universe. Make it happen. There are no try babies on this line, and there are no crybabies on this line. So I'm looking forward to, it's 89 people on here. And I know 87 of us are going to be in OKC. I'm talking about me and Mr. Thomas, and I know some others too, but I'm looking forward to seeing the other 87 of you having your face in the place with your notebook in hand or your record. I still got an old school recorder. Yeah, baby, I'm a cassette tape queen. Yeah, I believe in it. And when you get here, bring that notebook, bring that pen. Make sure you meet the people that you see in this opportunity that you look up to. When that confetti come out, I don't even want to give it all away for y'all, because see, this is some of y'all first international. I got a team this day first. I can't wait. But you want to take something back with you that's going to trigger. This is where I was, and this is what we're doing, and this is who I am, and this is who I can be. You want to make sure anybody that you can meet, you grab a moment at a time, even if it's just, hey, listen, can I get a picture real quick? Can I get a minute real quick? Whatever it is. But then don't just come home off of this high, and it's just a feeling. And then you go back to work and your supervisor say something crazy to you, and then you like, dang, I'm back. What's your reason? You see Mr. Thomas laughing? Well, let me tell you what makes me want to laugh. I don't even know why he laughing, because he ain't worked for nobody ever. Oh, Lord, that's enough. He ain't worked for nobody. What in the free world? What? I would love to know if he ever felt like cussing out somebody in his mind and then it fell out of his mouth and you had to say, oh, I wasn't talking to you. Okay, I'm lying, I was. Okay, that's my story. I'm sorry. But look, come back and move. Move. That's all I could tell you, move. And if you don't like where you are, where would you like to be? If you love where you are, keep doing this still. We all got started in this business for a reason. For some of you, this is your A plan, not your B plan. Period. This is it. So we got to take what we have and we got to make it work. This is that just in case anything else happens, you're not told how to move and shake with your money and your family. Look, I was tired of my supervisor trying to pee on me and tell me it's raining. Time out. Yeah. Do something different and build with people who want to build with you. That's it, and that's all. So, Mr. Thomas, I appreciate you. I love your whole life. You are one amazing human being. You guys know he just celebrated his birthday. He a quarter century all over again. And I'm just so excited that, you've created a platform where people can win and where people can listen in and tune in to hear from people who you didn't qualify to be able to speak to the masses on your behalf, even when it's not you. Because you guys, I feel so honored and privileged because I know he doesn't have to. And he never brings garbage to the table. This is the person, you know how they say, what you gonna bring to the table? He brought the table to the table. What? I'm done. I appreciate you. I thank you. I pray that somebody got something out of this, and it's not too late. If you're not registered for OKC, get registered now. I don't care if you have to get a hover round, a skateboard, a bike, those little motorized scooters, you got to put your little credit card in. Get your face in this place and bring somebody with you. It's called an investment. You can write it off. And if you get here, it'll be priceless. And if you get here, if you're not already registered, Mr. Thomas is going to tell me, get registered today. Get registered today. Get here. And if it's nothing like I'm saying that it will be, because it's really going to be more. I can't even put it into words. But if there's anything in these 2 days that will have failed you, come find me. And I'm going to give you Mr. Thomas' credit card to have all your money refunded. But no, for real, we're going to talk about it and I'll make sure you get your money back. 1000%. I've said it every international, and no one has ever been able to come to me to get their return of investment, because it is an investment and you're the best investment that could ever be made. So invest in yourself. Mr. Thomas, I love your whole life. Thank you again. And thank you guys for allowing me this incredible platform to be able to share my story and give you something that'll take us all to the next level.